Reed Hansen, and this is my story. Being a professional wake skater is a lot of fun. I mean, you get to ride and do what you love for a living, and of course, like, people call me and or be like, "Where are you at?" And I'm like, "I'm at work." Really, I'm in the boat. So I mean, being able to make a living and do what you love, that's really the coolest thing. I started wakeboarding. I wakeboarded for the first time when I was 4 years old, and pretty much did it every single day until I was probably 15, and that was when I started wake skating. I started at such a young age. I never really wakeboarded for me. I wakeboarded because I enjoyed it. I wakeboarded because that was my path. That was the path my parents chose me, and I was at a wakeboard camp. So I rode every day and rode for contests, and never truly enjoyed it. And once I found wake skating, that was kind of my ticket. I wasn't any good at it. Honestly, it took me forever. There's so much practice to even learn, like the shove it. It took me like so many sets and like so long, and I think that's really what pulled me closer to it. Just like the passion for it and just being something different. When I was 4 years old, my parents bought a wakeboarding camp, the World Wakeboard Center. So I've always grown up in the camp and a camp lifestyle. Always been homeschooled, and my parents always gone to church. And yeah, I remember when I first, when I was younger, I wasn't really into. I went to church with my parents, but I wasn't interested and I wasn't into it. So I was really against going to church. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't pay attention. It was once I started going through the struggles and the hardships and I guess, to be honest, it was probably I guess it's kind of corny to just say girls. It was actually those struggles that brought me closer to the Lord, because before I had struggles, I had really thought I had it made and I thought I had it perfect. I had no reason to. The only reason I went to church was because my friends went to church and my parents made me go to church, so I was like, I just went to hang out. But once I started getting into trouble with all that kind of stuff and rebelling, that was when I started drawing me to the Lord, and I started figuring stuff out. Just a couple years ago, I went to Ireland, and there's just beautiful castles and rolling hills, and everything is just gorgeous. You're riding up or in Guatemala in the mountains, just riding in the Rio Duce with 100-foot canyons on either side. You can't look at it and say like, oh, this evolved from nothing. You look at it and you say, this is insane. Like, I can't believe how beautiful this is, and you can just see God's face in all of it, and that's pretty cool. It was one of my first, the big contests that I won. It was the Toe Jam. I think it was in '05. I hadn't been riding very well the whole week before, and I prayed and I talked to God, pretty fair bit, but I didn't really feel any direct feedback or anything, like any instances where it was like I knew He was talking to me. And I remember in Toe Jam, the rail final, I made it like I rode pretty good, like kind of squeaked by the whole day. And I got to the finals, and I was in the finals, and I was praying the whole time. Every single time I'd go up to a rail, and I would sit there and be like, please God, please God, please God, please God. And every single one, like I had some of the stuff I hadn't practiced, and I just pulled it out of nowhere, and I rode the best I'd ridden, not only in a contest, but probably ever. I felt like God just totally given it to me on the spot, like just because I was praying to Him the whole time I was riding. Seeing somebody that has that much love, or just picturing myself in that situation where how much love I would have to have for somebody to where I would go through what He went through in dying for us. so all our sins can be forgiven. Like, I can't even imagine loving somebody that much, and like I feel like that's just insane, and there's got to be something there, and I know there's something there. I can feel it every day. I feel like my purpose in being a wake skater is to set aside the stereotype of, wake athletes. It's always hard, it says in the Bible that we're going to be the outcasts, and God says that it's not going to be easy. So it's hard. There's always temptations. There's always pulls, and nobody's perfect. So I slip up, of course, but I feel like it's the choice to make.